Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to tonight's edition of Riddle Me Din Din. This is Venus Kalita, and this evening's playtime will lead to a sweet reward, and I can't wait for you to dig in. So let's get started. No time to waste. Let's head straight for round one. And here we go. So, riddle number one. I'm a fruit, I'm big, I'm yellow inside and brown outside. What am I? Riddle number two. What would Jesus eat? Well, that's pretty much it. So let's review. In riddle number one, the fruit that's big, yellow inside and brown outside, it's a pineapple, and you're going to need one about 20-ounce can of crushed pineapples in pineapple juice, not syrup. That's important, just the pineapple juice. In riddle number two, what would Jesus eat? An angel food cake. So find one box of angel food cake mix. You know, the kind of one-step box where it usually just wants you to add water. And that's it. So you may ask, Venus, what does this make? It's a 2-ingredient, Weight Watchers friendly pineapple angel food cake. And the directions here, just ignore the ingredients on the box. Don't add anything to it except what I say here. In a large bowl, stir together the dry cake mix and the entire can of the crushed pineapple with its juice, but not pineapple chunks. It has to be crushed pineapple. And stir well until all the dry mix is incorporated and the mixture will get really foamy looking. And pour this batter into a 13 by 9 inch baking pan, which has been lightly greased with nonstick spray. And I personally still grease my pans with butter, but that's up to you. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for the time specified on the box for the size of the pan. When the sides pull away from the pan and a toothpick is inserted in the center, comes out clean, the cake is done. And this takes somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes. So your cake should be a lovely golden brown when it's done. And this time factor for baking is why I've given you the dessert recipe first, Emsol. So get that in the oven, and you can even put me on pause and come back to this video later on for parts 2 and 3 if you want. So once you remove the pan from the oven and place on a wire cooking rack so that it can cool completely. Okay. As a side note, some people do suggest that you can use a bundt pan and successfully bake this if you don't have a regular square pan, but a cupcake pan will not work. It won't work with this mix successfully. You can, if you want to spruce up and add a little more to the recipe, put a half cup of unsweetened coconut and a half teaspoon of even rum extract if you're into that. Or you can serve it with a little bit of whipped cream on top or some ice cream and berries. And for those watching their weight with Weight Watchers points, this recipe actually scores a 7 points in the new system, but only 4 points if you're using the old tracking system without all the fixing added when you serve it. And so let's pop that in the oven before moving on to part 2 if you're coming by later, listening after the live episode is over. And this is only the first part of our mini menu today. So once you're back, Soul. Oh, never left. Okay, we're going to go to round number 2. So, round number 2, riddle me this. I am the most cowardly and fearful of all foods and do my best to run away. What am I? Riddle number 2, I'm a fruit. I'm yellow and sour. What am I? Riddle number 3, when Mr. Salt has back pain, who does he go to? Riddle number 4, how did the gardener mend his jeans? Riddle number 5, how do you kill a gluten-free vampire? Riddle number 6, you cut me up, you chop me up, you dice me up, and you cry over me. What am I? Riddle number 7, I'm 5 times more effective than cough syrup, and I also prevent colds and flus. What am I? Riddle number 8. What does a ghost have in his morning coffee? Riddle number 9. What did one sushi roll say to the other sushi roll? Riddle number 10. What do you call a fat pineapple? Riddle number 11. What food can help you improve your intelligence? Ooh, so this is the largest segment I've ever given you, but I think it'll be worth it. So let's review. In riddle number 1, the most cowardly and fearful of all foods, it's a chicken. And you're going to need about a 3-pound or 1.3 kilogram chicken. Pieces of your choice could be thighs, drumsticks, or wings. Or pork would even work well with this recipe if you don't have chicken but you have pork lying around. Whichever you have at home. Let's use it up. Okay, the fruit that's yellow and sour, it's a lemon. And we'll need about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. That's 15 milliliters. All right, number 3. Who does Mr. Salt go to when he has back pains? Dr. Pepper. 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, or more to taste if you like things peppery. Or omit it if you don't. Riddle number 4. How the gardener mended his jeans? With a vegetable patch. To be more exact, we're going to need 2 tablespoons or 30 milligrams of vegetable oil. Riddle number 5, how to kill a gluten-free vampire with garlic bread. So we'll need 4 garlic cloves chopped. Riddle number 6, cutting me up, chopping me up, dicing me up, and then you cry. It's an onion, 1 onion chopped. Riddle number 7, 5 times more effective than cough syrup in preventing colds and flus. Well, that's pineapple juice. So what we need is 1 cup or 240 milliliters of unsweetened pineapple juice. And I've got a pineapple theme going. Yes, we do. So what does a ghost have for riddle number 8 in his morning coffee? Sugar with a lot of screams. He screams. We'll need 2 tablespoons or 25 grams of sugar. Riddle number 9, what the sushi roll said to the other sushi roll? I'm soy into you. Soy. Soy into you. So we'll need 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of soy sauce. Riddle number 10, what you call fat pineapple? Pineapple chunk. And we're going to need 1 can of pineapple chunks with the juice, not the syrup. Riddle number 11, the food that can improve your intelligence? Salt, because it's a mind food. Mind, M-I-N-E-D. Salt mines. I'm so sorry. So use salt to taste. All right. You might ask, Sophie, what does all of this make? And this dish is called chicken hamonado. And a pineapple is the main ingredient in this saucy Filipino dish. And it makes the chicken or the pork sweet, tender, and tasty. So how do we put it all together? Well, first, in a large bowl, combine the chicken pieces or the pork pieces with the lemon juice and the pepper and toss it around to combine it. Cover with a plastic wrap and refrigerate it for at least an hour. Drain the meat and discard the marinade. So in step number 2, heat the oil in a Dutch oven or a heavy bottom pan over medium-high heat. And add the garlic and onion and saute until the onion begins to soften, which will take about 2 minutes. And if you look at my timer section, you'll see I've got 2-minute timer there you can use if you need one. And step number 3, add the chicken and saute until it's no longer pink, which will take about 5 minutes. And I've got a timer for that too. Step number 4, add the pineapple juice, sugar, and the soy sauce. Bring it to a boil, and then reduce the heat to medium and simmer covered until the meat is almost tender, which will take about 20 minutes. All right, step number 5. Add the pineapple chunks with juice and continue to simmer until the sauce has reduced and the chicken or the pork is tender, which is another 20 minutes. Then season to taste with your salt. And step number 6, you serve with steamed rice or why not on a bed of lettuce. So please note that some people add fish sauce to this recipe, but that's not my cup of tea, so I omitted that. And I don't know how many people readily have that in their kitchen, but it's up to you. All right. So everyone, this is time for round 3. And today what you're getting, well, all right, I can't tell you. You've got to earn it. So here we go. Part 3, riddle me this. It's just a bit of fruit, yellow on the inside, big mohawk on the top, except it's green. Riddle number 2, what do mermaids sleep on? Riddle number 3, lack of sleep leads you to crave me. Stop eating me and you go through withdrawal. What am I? Riddle number 4, what do root vegetables usually order at a bar? Well, let's review. In the first riddle, we're dealing with yellow on the inside, mohawk on the top, is a pineapple again. And we need to have it pureed with a lot of the next ingredient. The next ingredient, what does a mermaid sleep on? Waterbed. And we need water, lots of it. So we're going to puree the pineapple with a lot of water. And I'll say about 1 part pineapple to 2 parts water here. Now, rule number 3, lack of sleep leads you to crave me, but if you stop eating me, you go through withdrawal. It is sugar. So we're going to lightly sweeten this concoction with the sugar. Riddle number 4, what do root vegetables usually order at a bar? Ginger beer. So add some ginger if you like it and you want something just a little spicier and warming. So V, what is this for? Well, to make a refreshing non-alcoholic drink known in Mexico as agua fresca, or cool waters. And yum. And you know I have my glass of water with me right now, and this is a really nice treat. And it will complement the meal that you're putting together tonight. So here's how you put it together. You start with about 2 cups of chopped fruit. So in this case tonight we're using pineapples. And it will make about 4 to 8 servings depending on the size of your the glasses that you're using. So note, you can combine this with other complementary fruit or the ginger as you like. But just sticking with our theme to complement what's already in our meal tonight. After you've chosen your base fruit, and tonight it's pineapple, you can add other flavor additions, and then puree it all in a blender with the water until the mixture becomes really smooth. So the longer you blend it, the more smooth it will get. And you can generally start with a 1-to-1 fruit to water ratio, but then if the fruit is sweet like a mango, pineapple, or watermelon, you really do need to add more water. If the fruit is sour, like lime or green apple, you may want to add even more water, because what you're going for is really a flavored water, a lightly flavored water. When it comes to adding the sugar, start with just a teaspoon at first and blend and taste test, and just add a little bit more and more from there until you get the flavoring you desire. But generally with agua fresca, use less sugar and more water in the traditional method in order to mix the drink. Finally, you strain this and serve it over ice so you don't have any of the pulpy bits. Now, if you don't mind the pulp, go for it. You don't have to strain it. But this is just what you would generally do, especially if you're having guests over. You would strain it and serve over ice cubes. So, and for me personally, I like blending my ice cubes too, so it's more like a bit of a slushy for me. But I guess I went gaga for pineapple today. I'm really in the mood for that tropical staycation because it's supposed to be spring, summer's coming, not quite here, and yet I've still got snow coming down. It's very cold Arctic wind that's still hitting us here. So for me, this the meal tonight that I put together for you guys is giving me that nice tropical vibe. And so I hope you have these ingredients at hand and you get to enjoy this lovely meal. And now I happen to have my agua fresca here. For me, I touch it up also with a tiny bit of lime. And so I'm raising my glass to your health and mine. Emsol, chin chin. And I'm going to wish you a wonderful evening. Get cooking and enjoy. Bon appetit.